Hi, my name's Brent. I'm your Krown product specialist. I'm back here at the Krown Labs to perform a very exciting experiment for you today. But before we get into that experiment, let's just quickly recap the 5 key features of an effective rust protection product. So number 1, it has to have the ability to create a protective barrier over the metal. Number 2, it has to have a low viscosity. It has to be thin enough to travel anywhere where moisture can go. Number 3, it has to have the ability to displace moisture. Number 4, it has to be self-healing. And last but not least, it has to have the ability to be safely applied to electrical components. And that is exactly what this experiment today is going to show. It's going to show how not only does the Krown product create that protective barrier, it is also completely safe to be applied on electrical components. So how are we going to show this? Well, you can see to my right, we have this aquarium. Now we filled this aquarium with a mixture of water with a small amount of salt, and that's to better replicate the kind of road conditions that your vehicle is driving in. And what we're going to do is we are going to protect these 3 small Raspberry Pi computers. We're going to protect one with the Krown product, the other we are going to use a competitor product, and the last one we're going to leave completely unprotected. Then we're going to submerge them into the water, and we're going to see how long they can last in these kind of conditions based on what the product has been applied to them. So let's get into this experiment. As I had mentioned earlier, we're going to add salt into the tank to better replicate the road conditions that your vehicle is driving in. So to give you an idea, this is 80 liters of water, and we are going to add 120 grams of salt. So we have everything set up to perform our experiment. We have the 3 computers here lined up and attached to this plastic board. The first computer has been treated front and back with the Krown product. The second one with a competitive rust protection product, and the last one hasn't been treated with anything. Now, remember the 2 things that we're looking for in this experiment? We're trying to see, first of all, whether or not the product can be safely applied to electrical components. Well, as you can see by the fact that these computers are hooked up to these monitors, it's clear that these 2 rust protection products are safe to be applied to electrical components. They've been running now for over 15 minutes, no issues. Now the second thing though is that for a product to be an effective rust protection or effective rust inhibitor, it has to create that protective barrier. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this plastic board, we're going to completely submerge it into the salt water, and we're going to see and watch on these monitors how long these computers can continue to run before they short. So let's take a look at the results of our experiment. So we have the 3 mini computers. Now, if we take a look at the untreated computer, it lasted exactly 1 minute and 15 seconds. So as you can see, it shorted very quickly. The second one that was sprayed with a competitor product lasted just over 10 minutes. And the Krown product lasted over twice as long at 20 minutes and 27 seconds. So again, what was the point of this experiment? Well, it was to show 2 things.
Number one, that an effective rust inhibitor has to be able to be safely applied to electrical components. And number two, it has to be able to create that protective barrier preventing moisture from coming in contact with the metal components and the electrical components of your vehicle. Well, that's exactly what the Krown product did. Now, the question is, why is this important for you? Well, the reality is that vehicles now carry more electrical components than ever. And it is so important that you protect these electrical components from the harsh brine that is being put on the roads during the winter months that get onto them, causing them to short and cause expensive repairs. So if you want to save money in repairs on your vehicle, if you want your vehicle to last longer, it is of the utmost importance that you look into getting an effective rust inhibitor applied to your vehicle. Now, obviously, this test is an extreme example. Your vehicle is not going to be fully submerged in water. But this is just to show you how effective the Krown product is at those two things. Again, being safely applied on electrical components and on being able to create that protective barrier. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this experiment. We plan on many more experiments in the future. If you have ideas for experiments, please mention them in the chat. And you know what? We've got the time. We'll try to make them happen. So hit the like and subscribe button. We'll see you next time.